So I'm making the traditional macaroni salad. I do cook healthy, believe it or not. It seems like this holiday food is all this traditional rich stuff, but we're going to be chopping a lot of vegetables and so on. But first I wanted to just show an easy way to how to make a hard-boiled egg right off the top. And if that's all you're here for, you can turn it off after this. I cook it in a pan of water. It has a little bit more water than this. Get a nice rolling boil and turn it off. Then the water inside is still going to be hot. It'll cool down. I let it cool down on the stove in the hot water. I left the house and came back, and I just now put a little cold water in there because I find that it's easier to peel when it's wet. The other thing, when you look at an egg, it's larger on one side and there's like always a smaller point size. That's usually the best place to crack it because usually there's a little hole there, like a little air gap or something. So I'm going to just go ahead and crack it there on the end. And I'm going to start peeling the egg away. This one didn't really have a big air pocket there, but usually there is. I find when you keep your hands wet and you keep the shell wet, it's much simpler. And I just kind of take my thumb and push and grab it off. Okay, it's getting kind of dry, so I'm going to re-wet it and re-wet my fingers. And look how much easier it does when you do that. This isn't deviled eggs or anything, so if I make a little gashes in the outside, it's no big, oop, there goes one. I said it and I did it. So yeah, on this it doesn't matter because these are just going to be diced and put into the macaroni salad. Okay, so this is done. I'm going to give it a rinse and make sure any little pieces of shells or whatever are not on there, nice clean. Actually, I'm even just going to sit it in that water for a minute. Okay, and we're back. And we're making macaroni salad, and I've been dicing the vegetables that I'm going to put in it. And I thought I could show also how to, I guess, gut a pepper. So here, this is a red pepper. And I'm going to just, see these lines here coming out of this main part here. I'm just going to take my little knife, oops, maybe it needs a little bit more, and cut it. And then just go all the way down the side, all the way around, and all the way back up, like that. Set the knife down, and then you take your pepper and you break it in half. Then you want to get these things out. I just grab at them and pull them off first, the main part, all the seeds in that. This is like a little nub. I just stick my fingers in there and just pull it out and put it over in your compost area. And then you can pull out these things. Now if there's a little bit of that white stuff, I don't like any of that white stuff in there. I like to get it all out. So then I'll come along with my knife and I'll just get it out of there. Now we're not making stuffed peppers today or anything, so these are going to be diced up anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and cut at the next ridge like that. And then I'm going to get rid of that stuff there. I don't like it. Get it out of there. Like so. So we got some nice strips there. For this recipe, for the macaroni salad recipe, we're going to be using about a cup each of these different minced vegetables. You can use any vegetable. You can put broccoli in this. I do put a lot of vegetables to noodle ratio, but you can use anything you want. Here I'm using 1 cup of chunkily diced green pepper, 1 cup of celery. I like them all, these bigger vegetables, all the same size, and a little less than 1 cup of red onion. Again, you can use more if you like. I like the little bit less of the onion in there, and I like the onion sliced a little bit finer than the other vegetables. And then I'm going to also to that, I'm going to add, chop up one cup of the red pepper. Actually, I think I might just use, usually with the peppers, what it ends up being approximate on an average size pepper, that's about a half a pepper is 1 cup. But I think on this, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a whole red pepper because the red peppers are just so sweet and I really like the flavor that the red pepper gives. Where the green pepper is kind of bitter and the onion is kind of, bitter, you need to counteract that with some nice sweet red pepper. Let me get it diced up and we'll have a look and see how it looks. I think I'm going to need more than this half pepper at any rate. You can get your measuring spoons out and measure. I did, and they are all roughly at one cup. But really, I'm just kind of eyeballing it as usual. Okay, let's get these into the bowl. Yeah, I'm going to do more of the red pepper. I'm going to save a little bit of it because I like red pepper in salads too. But I'm going to do here. I'll take these, and I'm going to do. There's some of that white stuff. I want to get rid of that. Okay, get that off of there. There. So you got a nice piece. Then I'm going to go ahead and dice it up. So I'm going to continue chopping and dicing the rest of these up, and we'll be back in a minute, and we're going to show you how to make the sauce and put the whole thing together. This is a cold macaroni salad, great with like a ham on New Year's. That's what I'm making it for. Or you could also, it's a great summer dish too, great for picnics and cookouts. Okay, we'll be back in a minute. Okay, and we're back, and we're going to be putting together the macaroni salad. We've got in the bowl is 3/4 cup of mayonnaise of your choice, and to that I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of mustard of your choice. I'm using spicy brown mustard, so I'm going to add that right in. And then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of cider vinegar, apple cider vinegar. So I'm just going to use that same spoon and pour it right in. 2 tablespoons of cider vinegar. Okay, I'm going to clean that off a little bit and continue on with the rest of the ingredients. In the bowl over here, I've taken 2 teaspoons of sugar and 2 teaspoons of salt, and we're going to go ahead and add that right in. And now I'm going to take my fork and really mix all that together. You can use a whisk. I tend to use a fork more often. We want to get a nice creamy consistency. We want all the vinegar and the mayonnaise to mix together very well. And we're going to have a nice creamy consistency. That's what we're after. Okay, and I think we've got a nice consistency. We're going to move on to add the macaroni noodles. Now the macaroni noodles have been boiled, drained, and run under cold water and are completely cool. You want them to be completely cool before you start. Now, you can use any type of noodles you want, but know that they're going to expand more than double in size from your original measurements. So I'm going to go ahead and measure these out in 1 cup proportions. So I'm going to add 1 cup at a time. There's the first cup. I'm going to go ahead and add that right in. And then I'm going to add another cup. And we're going to go a total of 3.5 cups for this recipe. Now, as to the noodles, you can use any type of noodles that you want. You can use whole wheat pasta. I use just the regular white flour pasta in this case. You can also cook them any way you want. I mean, I don't use any salt, and I don't like them al dente. I don't like them to be hard. I like them rather on the soft side, not mushy, but rather on the soft side. So I ended up using 3.5 cups of the cooked noodles here. So that would probably end up being about 1.5 cups of the dry noodles. And once they've boiled, they more than double in size, giving you about 3.5 cups. You might want to do 2 and just to be on the safe side. So I'm going to mix these noodles in and give a nice coating on all the noodles. And then I'm going to start adding my vegetables. First I'm going to add the 1 cup of chopped celery, and then 1 cup of chopped green bell pepper, and then my little over a cup of chopped sweet red peppers, and then a little less of a cup of the red onion, and I want that chopped rather finely, not as thick as the other vegetables. Okay, so I've got a lot of nice vegetables, and the colors are so fantastic. That's one of the things about this dish. Start mixing it all together. It's so festive. It's so great for the holiday. You've got your red and your green and your bright colors, and it's just wonderful and festive for the holiday season. This I usually make every year at New Year's to go along with the ham, a ham and a macaroni salad for New Year's. And it's also a great thing to have in the summertime because it's a nice, cool, meal for a picnic or a cookout. This also, I like it better. I usually will make it a day ahead of time. I like it better after it's set a day or so. As with any pasta dish, usually it's going to be better once all the ingredients have had time to soak down and get into that get into those noodles and really get that all those flavors soaked into the pasta and soaked in the noodles. Okay, now the last step is going to be to cut our hard-boiled egg. I've got my knife. I've been soaking it in the water. I like to chop it up into little chunks. I know a lot of people will put it in slices and lay them all over the top really neat. I like to slice it up into nice little chunks. So I'm going to cut it in half long ways first. And almost how I do the potatoes for, the German potato salad. I'm just going to go at it with a paring knife. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut little chunks. Keep turning it, cutting off chunks off the corner. Dropping it, letting them drop down into the bowl. And mix in really well. Get the whole egg chopped up. And I don't like to let them just sit on top of the bowl. Once I've got them chopped up in there, I'm going to go ahead and really give them a good mix and mix it down into the salad. Because I like the eggs to get nice and coated also with all that vinegar and mayonnaise sauce. I want to get it down in there. And it's also going to add some more color. I mean, it's just such a beautiful, brightly colored, festive dish. Great for the holiday. Great for summer picnics. And then the one last thing you may want to do is sprinkle it with some paprika. And I'm not going to put it. I'm going to put it on individually on my plate because in my case not everybody likes paprika, but I really do like a little paprika sprinkled on the top and the end. And there you have it. Beautiful, colorful, festive, traditional cold macaroni salad. Enjoy.